now we have a very special presentation. I'd like to invite special guest Ben Lashley, the Executive Secretary of the Georgia FFA Association, Valerie Knowles, Assistant Director of Development for the Georgia FFA Foundation, and Kristen Flowers, FFA State Officer, Southern Region Vice President, to the stage.
All right. Well, thank you for the time this afternoon. It is an honor. This is my first time getting to be at this annual meeting. The EMCs are a very valuable part of the FFA and agricultural education family, and we have a really neat opportunity here this evening. So I want to say first, congratulations on your 75th anniversary. This is, for us, for three reasons, a really neat opportunity to be here. One, to help celebrate your anniversary. Two, to be part of the final annual meeting for Mr. Wood. And finally, to present Mr. Wood with an award that he was nominated for. I want to tell you briefly about the Honorary American FFA degree. In FFA, we have for our students a ladder of success that they can climb. It begins with the Green Hand degree and goes to the chapter, state, and then American level. And so only the top end, the best of the best, less than 1% of FFA members ever earn the American FFA degree. Well, throughout that level of success, we have helpers along the way. If you were part of FFA or if you help with an FFA chapter in your local community, you know it takes a lot of help and volunteer support. And so there are local chapter honorary awards and state honorary awards, but the top end, the best of the best, the most involved, often receive the Honorary American FFA degree. Our state was given the opportunity to nominate 5 people to receive the Honorary American degree at the 88th National FFA Convention, which happened last week. Now, you know, God has a plan for everything. When we found out that Mr. Wood had A, been accepted, but then B, had to decline the opportunity to come to Louisville, the early report would have been a little bit disappointed. But to have that room full of people who, to be quite honest, really didn't even know Mr. Wood, they would have been able to celebrate with him, would have been one thing, but to be able to be here in front of a bunch of people who do know and appreciate Mr. Wood is just a really cool opportunity for us. So I want to say thank you to Lindsay and Gail and the folks who allowed us the opportunity to do this, but we're really appreciative of the opportunity to recognize Mr. Wood. I'll share one brief example, and then I want to turn it over to these ladies to make our presentation. To be at the top end of any type of success means to give a little bit more and to expect a little bit more. We have one of the cabins at our FFA camp in Covington that used to be known as the REA cabin. It's known as the Georgia EMC cabin now. And a few years ago, it became obvious to us that we needed to renovate that cabin. And so as the donor, the original donor, we went to this group and we went to Mr. Wood and the EMCs and we said, hey, we need about $55,000 to renovate this cabin. And Mr. Wood said no. Can you believe that? No, I'm kidding. He said $55,000 won't do it. Let's get our heads together and figure out what it's going to take to do it right. And with the help from a lot of local EMCs and leadership from the top that Mr. Wood has provided, we received nearly $150,000 to renovate that cabin and won't have to do that again for a long, long time. Leadership happens and is influence and trickles down. And so a lot of you help locally with your FFA chapters, but if the top of this organization didn't value and care about our program, it wouldn't be nearly as special. So Mr. Wood, I'm glad we got to do this and glad that we get to be here with you. Congratulations to you. I want to introduce you to our Assistant Director of our FFA Foundation, our fundraising arm for the FFA. Let her make a few comments. Her name is Miss Valerie Knowles.
Thank you, Mr. Lashley. Mr. Wood has been a tremendous supporter of our program now for many years, and as our program has continued to grow, so has his commitment. So we are now at 38,000 members in our state. So we are only behind Texas and California. So Texas and California, we are coming for you. So again, thank you very much for everything, and we hope that you enjoy a couple years off. So, Kristen?
Good afternoon. At this time, I would ask Mr. Wood to please come forward. The National Honorary American FFA degree recipients were recognized in Louisville, Kentucky at the National FFA Convention a week ago. Mr. Wood was one of 5 recipients from Georgia to receive his Honorary American FFA degree. On behalf of my team and more than 38,000 FFA members across the state of Georgia, it is my honor to present you with your Honorary American FFA degree.
This is an example of commitment to community, and you folks made this possible. It was easy for me. You helped put up the money, but I showed some pictures of that cabin when I was trying to get the board to help raise that money, and I asked them, I said, can we please take that REA plaque off of there before you renovate it? I was really ashamed of that. So thanks to all of you all for making possible this for the FFA. Thank you.
Congratulations, Paul, and thank you, Ben, Valerie, and Kristen. It is now my pleasure to recognize an EMC manager that retired this year. Charles Gibson, President and CEO of Amicalola EMC, retired on October 30th, 2015, after 38 years of service. After graduating from college in 1977, he began working at Amicalola EMC and held several positions over the years, including Senior Vice President of Finance and Administration, Chief Financial Officer, and Chief Operating Officer. He has served as an alternate director for Georgia EMC, Oglethorpe Power Corporation, and Georgia Energy Cooperative. He also served on the GEMC Credit Union Board from 1986 until 1995, when he was board president. He served his community through work with the Gilmer Rotary Club, Gilmer Lions Club, and the local Economic Development Council as well. He couldn't be with us today here in Savannah, but he asked that I read a note to all of you. He says, I have enjoyed these many years in the co-op family and have had the pleasure of meeting some of the best people in the world. I wish you all the very best that life has to offer. P.S. I intended to get up early and drive down to this meeting, but someone absolutely destroyed my alarm clock. I really didn't like the clock anyway. Let me read this plaque. Presented to Charles Gibson, Amicalola EMC, in appreciation of many years of dedication to Georgia Electric Membership Corporation and the rural electric cooperative industry. November 9th, 2015, Georgia EMC annual meeting. We'll make sure that he gets this.